Hello, listeners, and welcome to my first broadcast. I'm talking to you guys from the Howling Hollows woods, an area known well for its troll and elf populations and the occasional sighting of a gnome or two. I felt like I should leave the city because of how people are acting nowadays. They seem to be more monstrous than the real monsters out here. So I figured I'd spend my days out here and see what I could tell you. So I spent the entire afternoon today walking around observing the wildlife, and I gotta say, it's really quite cozy out here. I passed a couple of elves on my way in who were just minding their own business, collecting berries and plants from around the area. Of course, they ran when they saw me because nobody comes out here because of the elves. A gnome kind of ran past me, tried to steal some silverware from my pack, probably because it was shiny, but hey, I let him go. I gave him a fork and said whatever, because, why not? I have tons of them. Anyway, on my way in, it was quite a beautiful hike. There was a nice sunset over the ridge, and setting up camp was pretty easy. Nothing disturbed me. There was the occasional, cracking of the stick and the brush just outside of my vision, but I'm not too worried about it, because again, all that's out here is gnomes and elves, pretty much. So, nothing to worry about. They're smaller and more to themselves. Anyway, I just had to get away from all of it. My job was in a cubicle, and I gotta say my boss kept increasing my hours and lowering my pay, and it just seemed inhumane and unright. So I just left. I left all of it behind to live out here. And all I brought with me was a pack and this broadcasting equipment I'm using to talk to all of you now. Anyway, along with that, I've been given a couple of smaller, older records from people who were sending me off. So, of course, this broadcast will be followed by a short tune. But since it's my first one, I'll keep this short and brief, like I have. Just out here in the woods, seeing what it's like. So far, no issues at all, except I did fall in a river. That kind of sucked. I have my boots and my socks hanging up by the fire right now just to try them off for tomorrow. Because tomorrow I pass through Howling Hollow and into another forested area, which I will not know the name of until tomorrow. Or a week from now, or whenever I get there. I'll only broadcast when I stop, and however long that is. But I've been here for about several hours, and sunset passed about 2 ago, so it's about probably 10 in the evening. I gotta say, it's quite peaceful out here. It's very quiet, and I'm really enjoying my time out here. It's quiet. There's breeze blowing in on the air. It just sounds so peaceful. That, and there's a small creek nearby. I can listen to it while I'm going to sleep, and it's very soothing. But I am a little afraid because, again, these are monsters, and you never know what they're going to do. But these ones are the small ones. I'm in the little leagues right now and have a pretty fair understanding of what's around me. I just wanted to let people know what the first episode was going to be. Anyway, aside from that, I guess the next topic I should cover is wildlife survival and how to handle yourself when out here. Now, of course, the first thing you need to do when you're setting up camp is establish where you're going to set up your sleeping area. For your tent or your sleeping bag, or if you're setting up a mini shelter, whatever you're going to do. I brought a tent with me. Thank God. I can record from inside of it and not worry about what's outside. But yeah, you got to pick a good spot if you want it to be better for the rain, if you don't have a rain cover, under a tree, of course. But once you've picked where you're going to have your tent or your sleeping area, of course, the next step is to pick where your fire is going to be. You don't want it too close to your sleeping area where you will burst into flame, but not too far away where you'll freeze to death in the night. You got to find that happy medium, and I find about 2, 3, or 4, 5 feet away is a pretty fair distance, depending on how big your fire is. If you're having like a small little hand-warming fire, you want to have that closer, maybe 2 feet close. But again, not too close, or you'll catch yourself on fire. Alright, now that we've covered those two, the third thing you want to establish when setting up a camp is where you're putting your food. If you have bears in your area, or trolls, or anything else like that, such bigger creatures, maybe a Sasquatch or two, you want to make sure that it has some sort of a lockbox, or just leave it in your car. But trolls are crafty and have been known to steal things from cars, so you want to watch out for that. I actually brought a locking metal cooler, so I'm sure mine is all safe. And you never have your food in your tent, because of course, whatever wants that food will come after you. So I put mine 20 feet away from my tent and actually tied it up in a tree, just to keep some of the smaller things out of it as well. Alright, the fourth thing you want to establish when making your site is what you're going to do outside of normal camping things. Are you going to hike when you're not cooking or sleeping? Are you going to fish? There's all kinds of things to do. I, in fact, actually hiked today for just a little bit and saw some beautiful things. Have some pictures that I took. And yeah, pretty simple, easy day. So far, nothing wrong, nothing going bad in this little forested area. And with that, I will say good night to everybody, and good luck. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.